Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Raptor X here with Good Clean Gaming RX, and today I am back at Area 18, and I'm here because we're going to do a tutorial on bunker missions. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to head into the Cubby Blast weapons and pick up some guns here. And looks like probably some armor as well, so that we can get outfitted. And then we will head out and take our first bunker mission. Let me go ahead and remind you, if you haven't yet already, to hit that subscribe button. And if you find this video to be useful and or entertaining, feel free to leave a like down below. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a little bit of armor here. I'm going to go ahead and go with some of the light stuff because I don't want to be burdened down a whole bunch. They do have some 30% reduction, so I'm going to go ahead and grab one of those for my armor for my torso. Buy one of those. That's $2,721 there. Then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get some of the arms. Those are 30%, so I'm just going to go down and get the 20%. There we go. And we'll buy one of those, 417. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to find the legs. Actually, let's see here. Those are the arms. There we go. Light armor. I'm going to go ahead and buy those, 723. Then I'm going to go ahead and go down, and I want to get one of the heavy helmets. There's a 30%. These all appear to be 30%. Do we have, yep, another 30% here. I'm also going to get one of the backpacks. That'll be another 1,500. So that I can store some things, and we'll go ahead and we're going to get one of the 30% or medium. There we go, damage reduction 30%, medium armor helmets, and we'll buy one of those. Okay, so that's all the armor that I'm going to need. We're going to go ahead and we'll go into personal weapons, and we're going to go to personal weapons, not attachments. And I'm going to get one of these P4 AR Night Stalker rifles. These are one of the best assault rifles in the game. Has a 30 round clip and fires at 550 rounds per minute. Effective range is 50 meters. Can put an optic attachment size 2, a barrel attachment size 2, and an underbarrel attachment. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll go over to attachments, which is where you will find all of the ammunition as well as the different barrel attachments. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get one of these size 2 tactical suppressors and buy one of those, and I'll put that onto my gun as well. I'm also going to get some magazines. I'm going to buy 10 of those. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get a sight as well to put onto here. There we go. So this is a 1x holographic. We'll go ahead and buy that as well. This is a reflex sight. Okay, so that's what we've gotten as far as our armor goes. I do have some stuff here since this is where I started, so it really wasn't necessary to get all of this stuff. But since we're doing a tutorial, we'll kind of show where we would get all of those different things. I'm going to go ahead and we will find that the armor that I just purchased. There we go. There's the 30%. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. Then we'll go ahead and we'll get the 20% light armor. We'll get the 20% light armor legs. We'll get the backpack, which we can put onto our back here. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and we'll get the helmet and attach that. Whoops. There we go. Okay. So that's got our armor fully on. We've got our backpack. We've got our helmet. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select weapons so that I can get the weapons that I've got. I'm going to go ahead and we'll put the Night Stalker rifle on. And then I'm going to rotate around so that I can see this P4AR Night Stalker rifle. I'm going to go ahead and put the sight attachment onto there. We'll put the suppressor attachment onto there also. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to ammunition. I'm going to get all of that and drag it over here into my backpack. Now to actually use this, I'm going to need to put some of it into my weapons slot. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3 of those right there so that I can access those when I need to. Actually, we'll go ahead and we'll put a 4th one in there as well. There we go. So I've got my ammunition on there that I can access quickly and pop into my rifle. And then I'm also going to take a look and see. I don't have any medical anything, so I should probably purchase some of those. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a multi-tool. We'll strap that on there. And, oops, no, we want that on the... Oh, interesting. Okay, we'll put that into there then. And I'm going to take a tractor beam attachment with me as well, because that's useful if I decide to get into looting. Now, I've just realized that this light armor does not have a slot for me to put anything on the legs, as far as a multi-tool goes. So I'm going to swap this out and I'm going to see if I've got any 30%. I do not have any 30% armor, so we'll just leave that there and we should be able to take this. Aha, there we go. We'll put it on the other hip. There we go. And we'll go ahead and put our multi-tool attachment onto there. There we go, perfect. Okay, so that's outfitting. We've got our assault rifle on there. We've got our multi-tool. We'll go ahead and get out of there. Of course, your inventory can be pressed or opened with the I key on your keyboard. And we'll go ahead and head out to our ship. You'll follow this route, of course, if you're a new player. It's always good to find this. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to head out to where it says aUEC over here. Right past our little kiosk, and we will head out to the hangars. Now in the bottom left there you can see my hydration meter and my food meter, and when I run you can see my heartbeat meter as well. Once I actually run around enough to see that accelerate to a rate that it's really worth seeing. We'll go ahead and see if I can get that up high enough to actually see. There we go. So just to the right of my food meter then is my heart rate, which pops up once you get much over about 85 beats per minute. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we'll get into the train, and this is going to take us out to the station. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and we'll pick up once we reach the station. Okay, so we've gotten off of the train and we're going to go ahead and head into the spaceport. This is Riker Memorial Spaceport. And we'll just follow the pathways through security. You can follow the little arrows on the ground. I'm generally on the wrong side of the direction facing the arrows. Those are, I guess, just follow the other direction. Anyway, these are your Aesop Terminals. So we'll go ahead and we'll get one of those. And I'm going to go ahead and retrieve my Avenger Titan, because that's one of the starter ships that has a cargo hold on it. Along with, well, I guess all three of them now do. but this is one that you can actually walk into. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll head out to the hangars. You can always find where your hangar is by looking at the little circle where your ship is at. So I'm at hangar 1, and I'm going to go ahead and head out to my ship. Now, as you can see, my water is starting to decline on the left-hand side there. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I don't want that to get too low, or I'll start to suffer some deleterious effects. Start to have some vision problems, won't be able to run as quickly or as long. I'm probably going to have to get some water here pretty soon. I do not think I have any of it stored here, so I may have to stop and get some of that. But I'm going to go ahead and we'll get into our ship, and once we're there, we'll see about finding our first bunker mission. So I'm going to go ahead and power everything up by pressing the R key. I'm going to call for takeoff. You can do this by pressing the F1 button and going to your comlink panel, then clicking on Friends and Area 18 Landing Services. I've just got mine set to a keybind, so it's much easier for me to take off and get in and out. I'm going to go ahead and open up my mobiGlas again with F1, and we'll look in our contracts manager here, and we're going to look under Mercenary. There's a Protect Site trial contract, which will give us 15,000 if we complete it. It says, Blackjack is seeking to expand our roster of security professionals. To evaluate if you're a good match, we'd like you to provide support to a security team at Shubin Processing Facility SPAL 7 that has been having issues with some hostiles in the area. If you are able to assist them in protecting the site and eliminating the threat, we'll be able to offer you more security work. Note that friendly fire incidents will not be tolerated. Good luck. Gloria Messa? Gloria Messa. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that offer. And I'm going to go ahead and accept a call to arms as well, just because it's a good thing to have. That means if you kill any hostiles, you can get an extra bounty for them. We'll go ahead and take off. You can see any of my previous videos on how to take off and get in your ship and all that to see how all of that works. Essentially, space is to strafe up, control to strafe down, WASD are your throttle forward and backward, and strafe left and right. Q and E are your roll, and then if you're using a mouse and keyboard, left mouse button will be primary weapons fire, right mouse button will be secondary weapons fire. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get out of the atmosphere here. I'm going to spool up my quantum drive, and we can do that by pressing the B button. And once we are out of atmosphere, the destinations that we can quantum travel to will turn light blue. We're going to go ahead and we're going to do nose up and find this destination. There we go. It's just going to be over here on Lyria. So I'm going to go ahead and align with that. And press and hold the B button on our keyboard to get into quantum travel. Turn the volume down here just a little bit because I'm about to go deaf. There we go. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to head to the SPAL 7 processing facility. We'll just align with that again and hold B, and that will quantum travel us directly to the destination. It's 426 kilometers, so it should be a relatively short flight. considering that we can quantum travel right around the planet and arrive at the location or within about 25 kilometers in a very short period of time. Now, there have been some bugs in Star Citizen that have meant that the turrets at some of these locations will shoot at you, even though you do have authorization to be there. So it's never a bad idea to approach with a little bit of caution. And to find the location, especially if you don't have it marked very well, is just to leave your quantum travel system open. We of course have it marked, so we can turn that off, and we'll just have our little diamond marker letting us know where that's at. I can turn on my lights by pressing the L key, and I'm going to go ahead and press the N key to put my landing gear down so that I can land safely on the ground without bumping the bottom of my ship into the ground. You'll start to see the lights blink as you get close to the station, or to the location, and it's a good idea to slow down a little bit. You don't want to impact the ground or the station as you arrive. Generally, they will start firing once you get within 1,000 meters. If they are going to start firing at all, it appears that we're going to be good on this one. There are, as you can see, 4 turrets on the station, and there is now a counter on the top that says the number of hostiles remaining. We're going to go ahead and we'll get close to the bunker location here, and we'll go ahead and I'm going to get outside of my ship for ease of landing by hitting the F4 button. We don't want to land on any of the various different annoying poles sticking out of the ground, so we'll just watch those as we come down. And there we go. Right, I'm going to go ahead and get back into my cockpit here by pressing F4 twice. Turn off my lights so I'm a little bit less visible. Turn off my engines with I. And then get out of my ship by holding F. And looking over to the left to exit ship. Okay, we can access our primary weapon by pressing the 2 button on our keyboard. We already have one of our magazines in the weapon with 30 rounds, and we have 120 of our 300 rounds equipped on our belt. I'm going to go ahead and head into the facility. We can use our multi-tool by pressing 4, and that'll bring that out. And you can press 2 again, of course, to get back to your primary weapon. There are friendlies, as the mission briefing said, so sometimes you can wait on the surface and then end up taking out all of the bad guys, but in this case we're going to go down and help them clear the bunker. The bad guys at all of the locations except for around Crusader will be wearing a kind of sickly bluish green armor, which makes them a little bit easier to pick out. You just want to be careful and not shoot any of them. And there are friendly AR markers over the heads of the friendlies now, which makes it a little bit easier to avoid shooting and killing them. Some caution should be exercised. because NPCs have been known to hide in the walls. So making sure to sweep your corners is a good idea. Whoop, there's another one. I think we've got him. There we go, very good. Okay. So that's got that complete. We've gotten all of them killed. There are friendly NPCs now walking around. We've cleared all of the hostiles. And we'll be given the trial complete. And 15,000 alpha UEC. Plus a little bit of a bonus there. We can now look around and loot some of these items, as well as any of the ammunition. By getting into their armor and getting any of the various different healing items and ammunition, which is always a good idea, as it means you don't have to stock up later. You can of course pick up the weapons, assuming they're working, of course. I like this P4AR, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that. We'll loot this guy also. Grab his ammunition and his healing pen. I'm not going to bother with the armor as it's a bit of a trouble. And generally not worth the time to take it out. Now this is one of the friendly NPCs. I'm going to go ahead and grab his helmet and take that with me, because I kind of like the look of that one. I'm also going to see about grabbing his weapon. We'll grab that. And I think I can store this one. Perhaps not. So I can carry this one with me if I wish to, but I will drop it as soon as I attempt to pick something else up. Now these are one of the Nine Tails. You can take their armor if you'd like, as well as their weapons. This one's actually an LMG, worth getting, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab that one. There we go. We'll swap out, and we now have an LMG that we can take with us. There are a couple of different crates scattered around. This guy's worth looting and getting his ammunition. There we go. And we can go ahead and look around further. There are going to be a couple of boxes, as I mentioned, scattered around. The guards are still kind of in an alert position, but they shouldn't bother you. We'll basically just sweep the bunker here and see if there's anything worth taking. Nothing so far, but it's always worth a little run around just to check and see. Here's one of the crates that we can loot. And these sometimes have some goodies in them, such as a backpack, armor, weapons, pistol magazines, attachments, and so on. I'm going to go ahead and take these sights so that I don't have to purchase them later myself. And I can't take this backpack, so I'm just going to leave that one there. It is worth noting that you can run into these bunkers without armor and then equip yourself from these different boxes if you wish to. Here's another one that we can loot. We've got a tiger claw. I'm going to go ahead and grab that one because they're useful for clearing a crime stat if you have them. And I've already got plenty of the multi-tools, so I'm not going to bother taking any of those. We'll go ahead and have another little look around, just see if there's anything else. Generally, you'll find the little boxes either have those little red exteriors on them, or are those little 1 SCU boxes like that. This is another one. The medical sign on it lets you know that there are medical either items or medicine that you can take with you. I'm going to go ahead and take some of these because they're always useful. I'm also going to take the lifeguard attachment. We'll leave these behind, although they can be taken and sold. I don't want to bother. That's going to about do it for me. We can go ahead and take this over and find the stairs. Here's another little lootable box. We'll go ahead and open that one up and see if there's anything good in here. Once again, more of these, although I will take the med pen. Hemazole. As that's the one that heals you from various different damages. Those are always good to have as well. Now if we continue down here, we'll get down to the bottom level of the bunker. And you can walk around down here. And there's actually a security room back in here. There are often different medical things that you can pick up in the area. Extra boxes that you can loot. There we go. All of these are pretty much the same. I'm going to go ahead and get some more of those hemazoles though. It's always good to have some of those on hand. It's worth a little look around because occasionally you can find safes down here, as in the lockable kind. And much of the time they'll have little lure items like badges or something like that that you can pick up and take with you. And then of course you can head down into the security section over here. Sometimes there are boxes, although much of the time those are not in here. The boxes can often have armor or special weapons in them, but it doesn't look like we got any in this one. I'm going to go ahead and we'll head back up to the surface because we're running out of water. I'm down to 35% there. And I haven't seen any in the bunker here. Now these can be a little bit tricky sometimes, the bunkers, so if you just walk around until you find the stairs, that's generally what you're looking for. And then you follow the stairs up and around. If you see people walking around after you've cleared it, be careful that you don't shoot them if they're in their respective armors, because those are generally the good guys. If they start shooting at you, it's worth a shot trying to eliminate them, although if they are good guys, you will get a crime stat. We can go ahead and head up to the surface level here. Of course, we've got our weapon with us because we're still carrying that, and I've got the 2 on my back. Some caution should be exercised when you come up to the top here, because occasionally there'll be other players. Just have a quick look around. I have had them pop out occasionally, or heard tell of them popping out occasionally at least. I generally don't have problems with it. You can feel free to look around the facility if you'd like, but I haven't found anything useful out here. We'll go ahead and we'll head back to our ship. And I'm going to go in through the back here. that to close. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll take the gun here and put it into right here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the helmet. Alright. Now we'll go ahead and we can get into our seat again. And from here, go out and explore or do whatever you'd wish. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Again, if you found this video to be helpful or instructive, do feel free to leave a like down below. And consider subscribing for more new player guides and Star Citizen content. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. Ta-ta.